So I'm Will Privet, and when I tell the story of the Mudcats baseball, I think of family. The reason the Mudcats came here specifically was Steve, brought the team out of Columbus, Georgia, wanted to move them closer to his home, and due to a radius rule, you couldn't have another minor league team within, I think, 35 miles or something. So Steve looked at the closest spot that was available, and it was this piece of land that at the time was a tobacco farm. And Steve thought that was kind of perfect. He thought having that here would be great. And my dad, Steve actually told this story a lot. He had a meeting with my dad set up. My dad did not know him. He did not know my dad at all. And he went into my dad's office in Zebulon. And my dad, he could sometimes be intimidating as far as you don't really know what you're going to get from him, especially meeting him for the first time. And how Steve told this story was he came and met with my dad, and my dad had this box. And Steve didn't know what was in the box. He didn't know. He said, I don't know if it was a gun. I didn't know what it was. And he opened the box, and it was a bunch of letters that his mother had written. My grandmother was a huge Yankees fan. She stayed up listening on the radio every night to the games. Even if they were on the West Coast, she would listen. And she would write letters to the coaching staff and the players. She never sent them, but she was just a diehard sports fan, and she had already passed a while before this all started in 89 or 90. And he opened that and said, look, this is something that if my mother was here, she would be all about it. I think the Yankees played an exhibition game out here in Kinston. She went to that, and she was just all about it. So the land wasn't for sale. It wasn't like we were trying to get rid of the land. It was just the right opportunity, and Steve came with this great idea. Steve had this big vision. He wanted to bring baseball to this tiny town, and because of my grandmother's love for baseball, my dad said, "You know what? This is what we need to do," and he was all in on it. And my mom and my dad were very involved in helping getting this done because the odds were stacked against them throughout this whole process. But 30 years later, we're still going strong.